Verse number 10. Chestyamanam sariram swam pasyatyanya shariravat sanstave chapi nindayam katham kshubhet mahashayah. In the last class we were discussing when the person starts looking at the most closest and extension of ahankara, or you can say on whose ahankara is nourished. That is called body, and because of the body, mind. So in short, body-mind complex. When the person starts looking at this body-mind complex is like some other's body-mind complex, especially physical body. If you observe, just you can see, all of you know better. Today, to whom you call as your parents, your spouse, your children, your friends, whatever relationship. Just imagine in previous life, who were they? Need not to be your parents, need not to be your spouse, even though in Hinduism they say 7 lives, okay? Whether it's a first life or last life, don't ask. Some of them might be what? Your enemy. Now this life they have come to take revenge. Maybe some of them were friends to pay you off. Now if this is the case, what sort of relationship we have and we relate with the body? So that's why he says, look, including others, forget, including one's own body, he who looks at as though it is others. Now remember how that person will be affected with reference to ninda and stuti, with praise and blame. So that we saw. Now continuing 11. Maya matramidam vishwam pashyan vigata kautukaha api sannihite mrityo katham tryashyati dhiradhihi. So again he puts dhiradhihi. So whose buddhi is dhiram iti. So that means what? Whose intellect, whose decision making faculty is steady. Steady fast means no shaking, no movement, no changing. So what happens? So here vaijityartha. A wise person, what happens? He says, look, idam vishwam maya matram pashyan. So from body, now he starts looking at the entire universe. Because even if you know that your body is not your body, it is like some other body, still there will be fear. You know this popular story Puji Swami used to say, this psychological problem. We have discussed this story many times. A person says, look, I am not okay. Closes himself in the room. So parents were worried, what to do, what not to do. Then they took this person to the psychoanalyst. Then after a lot of discussion, came to the conclusion, the person said, why I am not coming? Because I consider I am a cat. So I am a cat. So this is a conclusion. Fine. The psychoanalyst explained everything. No, you are not cat, brought a cat, showed the reflection of the cat in the mirror. Hey, look, can you see? This is a cat? Yes. Can you see the reflection? Yes. Now you and your reflection, does it match? Oh, now I understand that I am not cat. Comes back with enlightenment to home. So few days, very happy. Parents were relieved. Again, after few days, what happened? Again, he closed himself. He did not come out. What to do? What not to do? Then again, they got worried, parents. They took him back again to the same psychoanalyst. So psychoanalyst, what happened? Did you understand that you are not cat? Yes, I understand very well that I am not cat. Then what is problem? Where is your problem? Problem is that I know that I am not cat, but the street dogs, they don't know that I am cat. So if I come out, they will start barking, they will start chasing. Again, I am in trouble. That's why I am not going out. So my body is not mine. It is like others, anything and everything. But the world is a problem. What can I do? I need to relate with the world. I am perfect. I understand. But the world doesn't understand who am I. You understand? Now what to do with the world? So for that sake, it is being said, this is the next level, this is called understand. That means if you do not understand the world, you don't understand yourself either. Yesterday, I was writing this notes on Kathopanishad, a very nice point to share with you all. I hope you remember when Nachiketas was asked by his father that Mrityave dadamiti, I will give it to you to the death. So he says, Bahunamemi prathamam, bahunamemi madhyamam iti. Sometimes I am the best, sometimes I am moderate. So he starts evaluating himself. Why the person starts evaluating? So I was writing this concept that because of ahankara and dambha. So ahankara means ego, the ego notion. Dambha means pride. When there is dambha, pride, you consider you are the best. And when ahankara comes, you consider you are, moderate. Need not be great because there are other people also. But I am not that bad. So this darpa and ahankara, because from ahankara darpa arises, okay? From ego notion, pride develops. And because of darpa and ahankara, the viveka, the discriminative power is being covered. Same thing here also comes. Yes, I understand that my body is like any other's body. It's other's body. I understand everything. But with reference to world, I don't think so. But world continues, people continues. Especially in India, Indian election yesterday, news is very funny. But you have to accept what a choice you have. Whether, especially ladies, so here only Avita is there. Whether Avita is eligible or not, I don't think she is eligible because she is NRI now. So 8 grams gold they will get. So what sort of announcement they have done? God knows whether they will be able to pay it or not. It's another question. Coming back. So with reference to world, I don't know what to do. He says, look, don't worry. This is the point. This dhiraha means what he does. The person starts looking at idam vishwam pashyan. The person starts seeing. Pasyan means seeing, perceiving, understanding. So the sight is out of understanding. Please, most important aspect we need to look at. Generally, all other time, if you observe your life, how do you look at a sight? Any object, any person. Do you look at the person or situation from understanding or from insecurity? Generally, we look at situation from our problem. You can say from your need, from your expectation, from your desire. You can, explain the way you want. That means always we look at everything from our ego. In short, why ego comes? From ignorance. So in short, we see everything from the standpoint of ignorance. It is exact like in your house. It is your house, not mine or not anybody's, but always dark. With pitch dark, can you see your house? Yes, you have been brought up in that place. You can, with the hand or stick, or you are acquainted, you know anything and everything, whatever is there. So you manage. So sometimes once in a while you hit the chair or not. And especially if some other person living changes little bit here and there a moment, what happens to you? You go crazy or not? Because it's, pitch dark. So also in ignorance. With ignorance, when I start seeing, in reality I don't see, but I am acquainted, I am habituated, I manage. So here he says, seeing with understanding the world, perceiving from the understanding. And that is the beauty. The whole beauty of life is understanding everything seeing everything from the standpoint of absolute knowledge. You can see for yourself. If you observe yourself, when you started attending classes in the beginning, now, do you see some difference or not? Even in spite of all your problems. Yes, when a problem comes, Vedanta goes out somewhere, don't worry. Then, at least when you come to the class, at least 20 minutes, 30 minutes, the class, you get some hit or not. So at least in a 24 hours, 30 minutes, you are trying to see something, okay? You detoxify your thinking. I don't know whether other things enters or not. At least you detoxify. So that is what he is saying. Look, Passion, what need to person? Idam Vishwam, this universe, as what? Maya Matram. So when I say Maya Matram, see, Maya means it's illusion. It's just as though exist. This is what the situation truth is everywhere. If you look at all over the world, including, that's why I have my personal conflict with reference to Uttarakanshi, which I should not share here, but you know me, I am open, I don't care. For what? Did I exist before this body? Did it exist before? Is it going to exist? For some time, we are crazy with some notions, some funny idea. And I am caught by people, including me. You understand what I am trying to? That is my conflict. To be honest, I cannot pour out anywhere. I can pour in the class, okay? I take everything so that let me be free, enjoy my life the way I am. Because Tyagat eva Shanti. Problem is, if they listen to this thing, this talk, they will say, wow, Swamiji like this, now let us attack again, okay? This is what they do it. But who cares? So this is called understanding. So if the understanding is not reflected in my day-to-day life, what is this talking? That's why Maya Matram, it is just an appearance. Today what is there, tomorrow will not be there. That's why we say, no, I am putting myself. I think everything is running based on me. It's wrong. I am running based on everything. This is the truth. If you observe yourself, hey, you don't run anything. In fact, you are running based on everything, everybody. You just think that you are running. The best example is, what is the most important thing in your life? Imagine, what is the most important thing in your life that is to be done? your body to be disposed. How? What is the most important thing for you in a given day? What is the most thing in a given day? Using your toilet. If you don't allow the waste product to go out, dispose in proper way, what will happen? All sort of problem will happen. You understand? Just don't use bathroom for 2-3 days. You will see. Everything is bitter. You can't tolerate anybody, anything. So the most important thing in life is what? You understand? Real comes. It may appear funny, but this is the truth. So if the most important thing in the day is to use, dispose thing. Now, in life is what? This body to be disposed properly or not? So that means what? After death, disposing this body is the most important thing. Now, tell me the truth. When you dispose your body, are you there to dispose? It will be disposed by others. So if the most important thing in your life will not be done by you, why are you bothered? This is called Maya. You know my joke, like especially in West, in India also, don't worry, everywhere. I remember in our childhood we used to have idea, which was healthy, not bad. I had remembered especially my grandfather, that when, the time, some 10 years, 15 years before, they will plant a separate plant, like wood plant. And they will tell, look, I am planting this plant for after my death, you can cut this and burn this body. Because the fresh, in Odisha those days, I don't know nowadays, in those days, when somebody dies, the fresh tree has to be cut, and with the fresh wood they burn. I don't know how it happens, but it really works with the fresh. So there is a ritual, there is a process. It's not like simple like that. So they do that. So here, funny way also, when incident comes, people plan the coffin. Which color, which form, what are the things to be inside. Each one does their things. I am not talking about good or bad. Today I am different, okay? So he says, let us not get into too much. He says, look, once you start with seeing this thing, there will be no curiosity in your life. So that is what he says, like, Bigata Kautukaha. So the person will not have any curiosity to explore things in life. Oh, I do not know this, let me see. I did not see that, let me see. It is like going to tourist place. If you go to one tourist place, almost every tourist place is same or not? Except some structure here and there. Is there any difference? I personally don't see any, because I am stupid, I don't see anything. If you go to one temple, what you see? Do you see the same thing in every temple or not? Except some issues here and there. Honestly speaking, I don't see any difference in any temple. Whether it's a mother temple or father temple or any temple. Vishnu, Shiva, anything. Okay. The moment you go to the deity, when you relate with the deity, I don't see any difference. Till reach temple, yes, there are a lot of differences, okay? Especially crowd, this, that, so you have to prove that you are a VIP, you understand? Going to the temple, you have to prove that you are VIP, means you are somebody. If nothing is there, at least you have to pay money or show money so that you are somebody. What a painful situation. That is what he says, look, Bigata Kautuka. And once there is no curiosity in your life, you will discover. Then what will happen is, there will be no fear. That is what he says, Katham Treshyati iti. Even Sannihite Mrityu. In short, when there is a curiosity, there is fear. What will happen? What will not happen? Is there anything? Oh, there is nothing or there is something. Why does the curiosity comes? Curiosity comes because of ignorance. And when there is no curiosity, whatever comes in front, you accept. You move on. Let whatever happens. That's why we say, keeping the teaching, one is supposed to spend time in life, day-to-day life. And when you abide with the teaching, you enjoy. Once upon a time, it was like that. Unfortunately, nowadays things are different. That's why he says, look, there is no fear. Katham trashyati. There is, where, how come there will be fear? So that means I have fear in my life. It's not because of anything, because of dvaita drushti. That's why dvaitat bhayamiti. Because of duality, there is fear. Whereas when I start looking at from advaita drushti, from the standpoint of the non-duality, what happens I see? I see the entire universe is my reflection. Psychologically also we say same thing, because psychology helps also. If you look at psychology, what psychology says? What you see is just your reflection. A thief suspects everybody. I don't want to get into more examples, okay? So your vision is nothing but your reflection. Just observe this point. So in psychology, they talk about mind, about inner personality and whatnot, layers after layers. Vedanta talks about wholesome. This is the difference. So that's why he says, Vishwam, the entire universe, is being seen as what? Atmanaha pratibimbam, the reflection of one's own self. That's why what happens? He says, look, when mrityu comes, the worst thing in life, what we call, what is that? Mrityu. So you don't bother, you don't care. There is no fear because there is no mrityu at all. Where is mrityu? See, there is no mrityu at all. It is just change. In fact, these old machines are not working. Kada kada dhada dhada mada mada. All these things happening every time. You need this balm, that balm. One young body I'll get. Doesn't matter whether human body or anybody. Okay. What a life, eh? At least once in a while to go back to an animal is better, because so that I don't have to think too much. Okay. So, like after eating too much food, once in a while you do fasting or not? Not that you want to do fasting. You are tired of eating, okay? So in human lives nothing happened. At least let me go become bimukta. So that's why animals are called as bimukta, okay? So they are very free. They don't have thinking. They don't plan to kill somebody. Unlike human beings. But nowadays you do not know. Especially in AI, now what do you call, animals started planning, okay? Continuing. Nispruham manasam yasya nairasyepi mahatmanah tasyatma jnana triptasya tulana kena jayate. He says, Mahatmana yasya manasa nispruham iti. Nairasya tasya atmajnana truptasya tulana kena jayate. So who can be compared to him? How can you compare a person who is a wise? Because what happens? First thing what you do. Generally, all your relation is based on comparison. As long as you are able to compare yourself with a person, that long you relate. It's an amazing concept. The day you discover, no more I can compare myself, will you be able to relate? I will give you best example with the friends. Suppose a person who was your childhood friend. You will be able to talk to that person, relate with that person as long as you can compare. Means the person is not that high or that low. So in the sphere of comparison, let us say financially or knowledge wise or whatever, emotionally, some comparison has to be there. If you discover your friend is very big, very high, name and fame, financially, emotionally, knowledge wise, all the way, will you be able to relate? Because you cannot compare. No way you can compare yourself with the person. Look at your family. All family members. If you cannot compare yourself, can you relate with your family? In fact, they become stranger for you. So all our relationship is based on comparison. That's why when we try to see a sadhu also we try to compare. I don't want to get into a lot of stories. So here he says, look, question he says, Kena tulana jayate iti. How can we compare to him? And who is that person? The person is nispruha, manasam nispruha, yasya manasam nispruha iti. So whose mind is free from spruha, free from desire. So when the mind is free from, and when, yes, I don't have spruha, especially after eating a lot. I don't have any desire for food. So are you talking about that spruha? No. We are talking about nairasya api. So nairasya means nirasa bhava. When there is a hopelessness situation. Even you are hopeless. So in spite of being hopeless, still the person doesn't have any desire. This is called mental status. Really wish to be in that all the time. That is called Anandam. That is called Brahmanandam. Which is, 1,000 times better than Bruhaspati Ananda. That's why Shrotriyasya Chaka Mahatasya comes in Taittiriya Upanishad. We'll be slowly preparing sometimes for Taittiriya Upanishad. Then he says, not only that, and who is that person? That Mahatmanaha, Tasya Atmajnana Truptasya. Why it happens? Because the person is satisfied with self-knowledge. That's why if you observe yourself in this class, tell me a single class when I do not point out. Tell me a single class when I am not challenging your ego. Still, you are happy. Why? Hey, I am challenging you. I am challenging your ego. Okay, if nothing enters, don't worry, okay? You are good, I am good. Because the more you are being challenged through the teaching, the more you are happy. If you take in a good spirit, if you are a student. If you are not a student, you say, oh, Swamiji has his problem. He is also like any other man. Thinks of himself too much. Talks nonsense, this, that. He has his insecurity. He has his own problem. Okay, I'll say thank you. So here is Atma-jnana. That's why this happen, or at least makes you or forces you to avoid with the teaching. At least in a day, 30 minutes you are applying your brake. You are checking, I am not applying brake, checking your brake. Whole day your accelerator is being put. At least half an hour you are checking your brake. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.